All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yashai, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. Preaching this word in truth and sincerity. This is another video coming out in the spirit of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, who the world calls God in Jesus Christ. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is his beloved son's name in the Hebrew. This is the brother Tazabah in the Great Millstone, Arizona Cat, Lord Will, with another video to edify. And I got a strike on my page for a video just of the same content, and I'm gonna recover this, man. I'm gonna recover it. And who knows, Lord will, I don't get another strike, but the thing remains is the dealings of Esau, of E, and the world against the Israelites, according to the Bible, because it says, according to the Bible, the Lord said this. Yeah, Matthew 7 and 2, it says, For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured unto you again. So scriptures also say, he that is reap. I'm gonna get that word too. Hosea 8 and 7. Blue letter. Get this in the blue letter. Because the record still stands that there's been a great deal of injustice and there's been a great deal of injustice and injury done to the Israelites by one group of people who have biblical identities, who now call themselves white people, the Caucasians. They pushed out a level of injustice upon the people of the Lord, and in their mind, they feel that they'll never have to replay. So this is Hosea 8 and 7. It says, For they that have sown the wind shall reap the whirlwind, and it had no stalk. The bud shall yield no meal. If it be it yield, if so be it yield, the stranger shall swallow it up. So let's get that word for wind, rakah, and it's wind, breath, mind, spirit, courage, temper, anger, impatience, patience. So he's sown anger in the earth against the Heavenly Father's people, like it says in the scriptures. Since thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel. Let me get that, man. Computer going slow. perpetual. Yeah, Ezekiel 35, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, and in time that their iniquity had an end. Who is this talking about? We're going to read that. So Ezekiel 35 and 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. Where was Mount Seir? Mount Seir was a dwelling place of Esau Edom, who you people call Caucasians. That Mount Seir is talking about Esau, the forefather of the Edomites, Idumeans, and the Greek. So the Lord's telling Ezekiel to set his face against an entire people, the whole ruling mount. It's talking about a mountain. In the scriptures, a mountain is referred to as a government. You know, it says, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, and say unto it, thus saith Yahweh power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. So this is what the Lord is getting prepared to do. You see, the scriptures say it plain, man. We're not supposed to take this upon ourselves to come out Esau Edom, because remember, according to the book of Genesis, Esau Edom, his first carnation was as Cain when he killed Abel. And what did the Lord say? He put that hedge around Cain and said, if anybody puts his hands on Cain, I'm going to require it. Because the Lord wanted Cain to sit there and fill up his wickedness in earth, and he wanted him to live out that hardness that he had to suffer. Now, verse 35, Ezekiel 35 and 5, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, it's talking about Esau, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. Now, let's get some images of how Esau Edom shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. Look at this. Had Jake just sitting there on the ground. You got the triangle trade, the uh the slave trade, you know. Look. You got Kanye West's old destroyed ass with a Make America Great Again hat. He had him killing Gad, killing Jake. You got gator bait babies when they would sit there and have Jake babies tied up on strings at the edge of a fucking swamp, so they'd be able to get the gators for their skin, using Jake babies as bait. Now, isn't that slaying the children of Israel by the force of the sword? Huh? You got the things that happened to Gad, who would be the North American Indians. Trail of Tears, broken treaties, smallpox blankets, killing a buffalo, declarations that gave you Edomites money just for the scalps of Native Americans, and Issachar, or is one of the tribes of the Northern Kingdom, which are the Latinos, from North and South America. You have the Hispanization. Let me see if I can get that devastation of the Indies. Where they were slaying you Latinos like crazy. There's accounts where they sat there and these conquistadors, these Spaniards, who are nothing but so-called white people, were sitting there taking your women that were pregnant, slicing them open, and taking the babies out and smashing them against the ground. And they would make bets on who could do it better, ripping the children up in their hands, making bets on who can rip a child, uh, a newborn baby, apart with his bare hands. There's accounts where even who's that devil uh, uh, that they say discovered America. Uh, Christopher Columbus. There you go. There's accounts from him sitting there saying that he couldn't put his sword down when he got over here. His hand was so clenched around his sword, and he was killing so long that his hand cramped around the sword. So isn't that not slaying the children of Israel by the force of the sword? Perpetual hatred in the time of their calamity and the time that their iniquity had an end. And when did our iniquity have an end? At the time where we were supposed to be emancipated from slavery, right? And what happened after that? Jim Crow laws, lynching. And don't think that only Negroes were getting lynched. There's a bunch of books and a bunch of accounts out there where you so-called Latinos and Native Americans were getting strung up just like Jake the Same. The scriptures tell you that Israel, uh, Judah, and Ephraim were oppressed together, meaning the northern and the southern tribe, the so-called Negroes, Jamaicans, Haitians, which are the Judites, Benjamites, and Levites, and Israel, going on all the rest of the 10 tribes that were scattered abroad were were all hung up, lynched up, all the same. It says, therefore, verse 6, Ezekiel 35:6, therefore as I live, say Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood. Oh, and don't get me started about how uh the shootings go now. Look, they come up with a bunch of pictures of Black Lives Matter. But look at this, murdered by the police. They got a whole tarp filled up with faces. Black Lives Matter. Then you got this goddamn devil that sat here, ran into a Jake's house that she knew, she was a cop, ran into his house, shot him on his own couch, tried to play it off like she thought it was her house and that she was afraid for her life. You devils, man. The scriptures tell you the scriptures tell you that the Lord is gonna measure you what you've done. It says your violent dealings. And get that. Yeah, this Psalm 7 and 6. You Jake are gonna learn that this devil, this so-called white man, is not for you. It's Psalm 76. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing. Yes, there's millions of videos online of Jake just getting shot down in his own backyard and on his own front door. holding a sandwich in his hand, drinking a goddamn Capri Sun. Yeah, Esau act like a goddamn Capri Sun straw as a damn knife and uses that as reason to shoot you Negroes, you so-called Latinos, and you Native Americans down in the goddamn street. It says, "And his violent dealings shall come down upon his own pate." A pate is the top of the head, the very top of the head. So that's what's going to happen, man. And the Lord's going to do this. This is not advocating that you, Jake, get up and you sit there and try to arm yourself. The scriptures tell you, wait ye upon me. Romans, the 13th chapter, I'll get it real quick. Romans 13:1 says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. For there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. So the Lord gave it to this devil, as it says in Romans, not Romans, but Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The Lord gave this damn devil the power to be in the seat that he's in. That's why the scriptures tell you, wait ye upon me, meaning the Lord said that. Thus saith the Lord, wait ye upon me until the day that I rise up to the prey. We're not to do a damn thing, because if you sit here and you try to think yourself to be somebody and you not, and you want to call yourself going against a damn white man and trying to get carnal, you will fucking lose, because the Lord is with him at the moment. It says Romans 13:2. It says, whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. So you sitting here resisting this damn devil, the so-called white man, and thinking that you're going to get carnal and go out there and get whatever battlements you want to try to fight this devil, you will lose. We're to wait on the Heavenly Father. But nevertheless, this devil has done all these things, and we've drunk it at the cup of the Lord's hand, and this devil really thinks that he's going to go unpunished. The Lord is going to answer all this. You know? This is Jeremiah 49:12. It says, for thus said Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken. And what was that cup? Jeremiah 25:15. For thus said Yahweh power of Israel unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to drink, whom I send thee to drink it. What is the cup of that fury? What is it? It says Psalm 75:8. For in the hand of Yahweh there is a cup, and the wine is red, it is full of mixture, and poured out the same. But the dregs of the cup, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. Now let me see if I can get this. Where is it at? Patrolling. Let me see if I can get this. Bear with me. Bear with me. Grab this. I got it written down in my Bible. Go sit down. Hey, get out. Isaiah 25. It says it. I know it do. Isaiah 24. What did I have it on? Oh, Jeremiah 25. There it is. 51:17. Yeah, this is Isaiah 51, and I'll go down. This is what's in that cup. I'll go to the 19th verse. It says, "These two things are come upon thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction, and the famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee?" So that was part of that mixture in that cup, man. So that's everything that Israel had got a part in. Let me go back to this. Jeremiah 49 and 12. It says, "For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it." So we went into slavery. We were beat. We were defrauded. We were robbed. Our women were raped. Everything was taken from us, even our nationality, our biblical identities, and we were given nothing instead. They didn't give us a biblical identity. They let these other nations know their biblical identity, but here it is. They just call you Jake by colors. You know, I forget the year that the term so-called Latino came into play, but before that, they just called you. They tried to sit here and label you as white people at a certain point, and then at another point, they ended up calling the so-called uh, Latino race brown people. That's it. Then they started calling you Latinos and Latinas. Which where's the biblical identity in that? Verse 13, it says, "For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste." See, and this was going to happen, man. In Jeremiah 25 and 15, it says, "For thus said Yahweh, power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it. And they shall drink and be moved and be mad because the sword that I will send among them." You see, the Lord's going to flip the tables. "Then took I the cup of Yahweh's hand and made all the nations to drink unto whom Yahweh had sent me, to wit, Jerusalem and the cities of Judah and the kings thereof and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation, astonishment, and a hissing and a curse, as at this day, as it is this day. And have we not done this? So isn't that not a time for the other nations to drink of this cup?" You know, you see, Zechariah 1 and 15, it says, "And I am very displeased, sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease." Who are the heathen? All the nations uh, whose biblical identities, according to their fathers, do not go back to the Israelites' fathers. All those nations are at ease, man. Look at Esau, Edom, man, in these plush neighborhoods, living good while Jake is on the bottom suffering, you know, everywhere. And you other heathen, you'll sit there and go back to whatever neighborhood you have, little China's, uh, uh, little Jewish quarters and shit, Jewish quarters, and look at what Jake got: barrios, ghettos, hoods, ran down food deserts. But you heathen are living it up. It says, "I'm very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased." The Lord was just a little bit angry with us. "And you heathen," it says, "and they helped forward the affliction. Therefore, thus said Yahweh, I will return to Jerusalem with mercies. My house shall be built in it, said Yahweh of hosts, and a line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem." You see, the Lord is going to return unto the true Israelites, man. And when that happens, and the Lord raises us up, and we get spiritual power, man, it's payback time. When the Lord gives us spiritual power, and we start looking like little Supermen and little flashes, you know, Brothers start turning into Hulks and Thors. That's it for you heathen, man. This is Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. Who are the adversaries? Psalms 83rd chapter. You can read that. The chief one among them, Esau, Edom, who you know today as Caucasians or white people. All of them shall go into captivity. Because what does it say in the book of Revelation? Let me get that. What is that? Revelation 13, I think. Yeah, Revelation 13 and 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And who led the children of Israel into captivity? Under the Spaniards, under the Romans, under the British, under the Americans. Who led the children of Israel into captivity? The French. You know, all these nations led Israel into captivity. In the book of Maccabees, it tells you who had not taken part of a kingdom and gotten part of her spoils. Not one nation on this earth outside of Israel did not have a part in Israel's destruction and slavery. It says, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So people that think the saints are just these old, omnipotent, pacifist beings, the saints are waiting for the Lord to sit here and put those that put them in captivity under them in captivity. They're waiting for the Lord to raise them up and kill those that killed them with the swords. That is the patience, as it says, and the faith of the saints. This is what we're waiting on. We're waiting for the Lord to rise up to the prey. And who's the prey? All the heathen, man. So Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to say, call Allah, Yahweh Shemel Shai, Bashim Karkadash. Double honors to elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy, hopeful like Shalom.